So we finally got our first look at the new look Los Angeles Lakers Big Three. And what'd y'all think? Obviously, it was just a preseason game, but NBA fans, Lakers fans, non-Lakers fans, what'd y'all think about their first time on the court? I think, for one, Anthony Davis looked great tonight. I liked him at the five. I actually liked him a lot at the five. Like I said, neither Steph nor Draymond played today, Draymond seems like the one that usually take him. Last year, he did a good job on him. And the Warriors are already kind of small to start with. But I like the idea at the five a lot. I think it can work. Braun looked like Braun. He looked like himself. Even saw him hit the old, the go-to Braun move. You saw him hit that a couple times. So I think Braun looked fine. I will say this. I think Rondo and AD have to get minutes on the floor together. The way they look, the connection they have, the chemistry they have, I don't know how it happens, but I think AD and Rondo have to find some time on the floor. A decent amount of time on the floor together. I just liked them both on the floor. They looked great. But like I said, Braun looked like Braun. I think Braun is going to have to run the point. Now, I get Russ is going to play point guard. He's the point guard. But I think Braun has to run the offense. It allows him to control the pace of the game, the tempo more. Russ didn't look bad tonight. Russ had his moments tonight. This was probably easily his best preseason game, I think. He looked all right tonight, but I think Braun needs to run the one, and let Russ kind of slash and play make and obviously get it if he goes, but I just think he's got to run the O. Braun did have a few turnovers tonight, but I'm not too worried about that in terms of Braun. A lot of that's probably just wearing off rust. There was an interesting lineup that got put out there tonight that involved both Russ and Rondo on the court at the same time. And as weird as it sounds in practice, or in theory, it actually wasn't too bad in practice. It was interesting. I will say, do people realize how scary this team might be in transition? What Russ being as good of a rebounder and transition player as he already is allows the Lakers to do is now Russ, who can also grab a board, can start a break with Braun and AD or throw it up to. I just think they're going to be a nightmare in transition. So I think that was something that stood out to me. Now, obviously, Russ has still got to cut down on the turnovers, which is a tall ask for a guy who's been near the top of the league in that category for the last couple of years, which is largely why I don't think he can necessarily run the offense with LeBron out there. But I think that's one of the main things that can kill the Lakers if he doesn't cut that down. Because let's be honest, the Lakers aren't a team that can afford to turn the ball over because they're not going to sprint back like a lot of teams can. They've got some older guys that everybody knows. As much as I love Braun, if he's not going to sprint back on defense every time, sometimes AD won't. Guys like Carmelo aren't. So they've got to cut down on that. And speaking of Melo's, he had a tough night tonight, but Melo's another guy that I like as an addition. Can go get his own shot, can knock down the open shot. I like Melo. He's looked good. I like Dwight. Honestly, I like the kid Austin Reeves. I think he's impressed me. I don't want to say very impressive, but he's impressed me this preseason. Another guy can knock down the open shot, go get his own shot. I hesitate to say he can play defense, largely because you can see he's giving effort, but I think a lot of that's just because he's getting his opportunity. So I don't know if he can play defense, but he's putting out the effort and looks capable to play defense. But yeah, I didn't want to spend too long talking about him. I just kind of wanted to come on here and talk about what we saw. I might do these type of videos all throughout the season, so let me know if you like them. But regardless, what y'all think about the Lakers? No hat. We're out.